Yeah, they come around asking me to pay the rent. Let me hold something like they can't make a sense. Always crying foul, say the world's so cold, but they ain't doing nothing, just waiting to be sold. Victims of their drama can't escape the game, always pointing fingers but they're just the same. I ain't your bank, I ain't your crutch, always need a hand but never give much. Wake up, little dreamers, gotta earn your stake. While you're here crying, I'm building my fate. You call me crazy but I'm seeing the truth. While you're stuck in your ways, just chasing your youth. Claim the odds are stacked, yeah, life's a fight, but with all that complaining, when do you ignite? The victim Olympics, man, they take the gold, but when it's time to act, they fold, the story's told. I ain't your bank, I ain't your crutch, always need a hand, but never give much. Wake up, little dreamers, gotta earn your stake. While you're here crying, I'm building my fate. So let me make it clear, hear the truth in my tone. Help yourself first, or you'll always be alone. I ain't your bank, I ain't your crutch, always need a hand but never give much. Wake up, little dreamers, gotta earn your stake. While you're here crying, I'm building my fate.
In a world full of takers, I'm done playing nice. Gave my heart to the wreckage, but they all roll the dice. Helping hands, they just spit, so I cut the string. Let them drown in the lessons, they don't want the sting. Let them die, let them burn, watch the fire ignite. Let them go, let them burn, watch the fire ignite. Let them go, let them learn on their own. You did what you had to, now let it be known. Stop feeling guilty, shine bright on your way. Those who belong will come back one day. Come back one day. I've been full of the love and the nurture they seek, but tough love's a crime to the weak and the meek. Flip the switch, now I'm walking away from the grind. I'm paving my path, leave them lost if they're blind. It's not my job to carry, let them stand tall. Let them go, let them burn, watch the fire ignite. Let them go, let them learn on their own. You did what you had to, now let it be known. Stop feeling guilty, shine bright on your way. Those who belong will come back one day. It's my job to carry, let them stand tall. Come back one day. Let them go, let them go, let them learn on their own. You did what you had to, now let it be known. Stop feeling guilty, shine bright on your way. Those who belong will come back one day. So walk on by, let them face their own plight. This season's for you, go ahead, claim your life. Oh, 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 oh. Let you learn on their own, on their own. Come back one day. Oh, oh.
Woo!
Let them go, let them go, let them learn on their own. You did what you had to, now let it be known. Stop feeling guilty, shine bright on your way. Those who belong will come back one day. Come back one day. Come back one day. No run on the road, on the road. On the road. Don't go back one day. Don't go back one day.
Tech coach Ralph, tough as nails, no disguise. Pushing limits, yeah, he's that kind of guy. At first it's harsh, the rules feel like chains. But trust the process, there's sunshine in the rains. He cracks the whip, but it's all in love. Results shining bright like stars above. Tech coach Ralph, you light the way. Through sweat and tears, you help us play. With every lesson, we find our might. From morning grind to the stars at night. Days turn to weeks, skills sharp and fast. What once was a struggle now feels like a blast. Step by step, we rise and we glow. With Ralph in our corner, we're ready to show. Singing his praises, can't keep it inside. From hard ass to hero, he's our pride. Tech coach Ralph, you light the way. Through sweat and tears, you help us play. With every lesson, we find our might. From morning grind to the stars at night. So here's to Ralph, the coach we need in this game of growth. He plants the seed. So here's to Ralph, the coach we need in this game of growth. He plants the seed.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully you're having an amazing Sunday afternoon. Today is Sunday, November 10th, 2024. I am Tech Coach Ralph. We are engineered to win. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone is doing well. I want to say a big welcome to Roxy. Thank you for being here, Roxy. To my guy, Yakar. Oh, Yakar. I tell you. Shout out to my guy, Yakar. The stakes are high, Yakar. If I play your song, Roxy will drink Dr. Pepper and love it. All right. Anyways. All right. So today's plan, we are going to continue working on deploying this Urban Dictionary of Economic Data, the dictionary that we use for our Saturday morning shows. I am also streaming. I'm trying something different. I haven't really used my Facebook profile in years, but I'm also streaming to my Facebook profile as well to see how that goes. Maybe give some insight. Maybe some people who haven't seen me in a very long time, they can see me. Who knows, right? I'm just trying, just trying to reach out to more people. We shall see, right? But that's the plan for today. But you know how we do. Let's get into our agenda. So what is the plan for today? So first and foremost, on this beautiful, beautiful day of November, right? We are going to work on deploying this application. But first, I just want to say a big, big, big thank you to all of the subscribers to the channel across all platforms. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you to the new subscribers, those who have been with me for a very, very long time, since the beginning, since last year. I really, really appreciate you all.
I appreciate you.
And I have to say a big, big salute and shout out to all of my tech savages out there. Those are my tech barbarians, my tech prodigy members, my technical explorers, all of the Patreon members. Shout out to all of you guys. Thank you for putting in the work and supporting me. Really, really appreciate it. Keep running it up. And as well, of course, I want to say a big, big thank you to the tech mercenaries. Those are the YouTube members who keep the channel alive. Shout out to all of you. And of course, I can never ever forget. Shout out to the bag chasers out there.
Money.
And shout out to the Tech Pookies and the King Tech Pookie and Mr. Technique, whatever your car wants to call himself. Shout out to all those who rock with my guy, your car.
Hey.
All right. So next up, do me a big, big favor. If this is your first time here and you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel because we have some amazing, amazing content. But as well, like the video, share the video as well. All of that good stuff. And if you need to work with me one-on-one, if you want one-on-one coaching, go to techcoachrap.dev. You can sign up for exclusive content as well as work with me one-on-one. There's one-on-one coaching plans and tiers over there. So I can help you help yourself get into this tech game and you can run up the bag. All right. So that is all of our housekeeping for today. Let's jump into the live show schedules real quick. Let's jump into I got to stop reading the chat. All right. Let's get into our live show schedule real quick. So we have our morning shows, Mondays and Wednesdays. We start between 7:30 and 8 a.m. where we are reviewing some news stories and we are also working on our mobile app development. We are currently working on the time cost calculator. We are eventually going to be switching over to another application, another mobile application, but that is Mondays and Wednesday mornings. The Coffee and Cotta morning show. We have our Sunday afternoons, like we're doing today, software explorations. We're currently working our way through DevOps. We were about to get into Kubernetes, but we had to do a slight pivot to try to deploy the Urban Dictionary of Economic Data so that we can have it online and we can use it that way, get some feedback. But as soon as we're done with that, we're going to get back into Kubernetes and go from there. We have our Tuesday night shows, our Q&A session where you can call in, you can ask questions in the chat, whatever you wish, you can do it that way. And I will answer your questions. We can have a one-on-one talk. And, we just have a lot of fun on Tuesday nights. We take it's a laid back night, questions, fun, all of that good stuff. Thursday night, software explorations. We are continuing to build our Urban Dictionary of Economic Data. We're using React, we're using APIs, we're using Express, we're using MongoDB, all of that good stuff. So you want to tune in there. And then we have our Saturday morning shows, the Men Lie, Women Lie, the Numbers Manipulate show. And that's where we review the weekly economic numbers, weekly economic data. Yesterday, we reviewed the Purchasing Manager Index, the consumer, or the Purchasing Manager Index, and for manufacturing and for non-manufacturing for services, we reviewed the federal, rate cut, things like that. Like we just jobless claims, all of that good stuff. It changes from week to week. We want to be well informed so that people are not just telling us what it is, but we can understand it for ourselves as well. All right. So that is our live shows for the week. So I'm going to continue to stream it to all these different platforms so you can tune in. You can have fun with us. You can, just get some education with us. We can stay informed together. But wait, there is more. We have our pre-recorded content as well. We have Candid Conversations on Mondays. So these shows are on YouTube, right? So Mondays we have Candid Conversations where we are talking about different topics. Tomorrow, I'm going to be sharing with you what I believe is the number one skill, the top skill that you need to succeed in tech, as well as everything else. But especially in tech, you need this skill. So you definitely want to tune in. Wednesdays, we have software explorations. This coming Wednesday, we're going to be comparing, because last Wednesday we spoke about the front end full stack developer. And then I said, we're going to break down React, Vue.js, and Angular. So that's what we're going to be doing this coming Wednesday. And then Fridays, we have the bug bite where we're breaking down different, either cybersecurity hacks, bugs that affected, some type of company or industry or people, like the blackout of the Northeast that we reviewed a while ago. So this coming Friday, we're going to be talking about the Michelangelo bug that happened a long time ago. So we're going to be checking that out. And throughout the week, we have shorts as well as, it's getting cold in here. Let me turn the AC off. I am freezing in here. All right, so we have, and then throughout the week, we have shorts as well as clips from the Q&A show that, we make it in 5 to 10 minute segments so that you might not be able to catch the whole entire show, but you can tune in and have some fun and get informed. And, if you have any questions, you can leave me a comment and I'll make sure to respond to you as well. But, we break down the fun that we have on Tuesdays into small little segments so that you can catch up on it, all right? So that is all of the shows that we have for the week. Alrighty then. So, so far what we've done is, actually, no, before we do that, let me go and check the chat real quick, and then we're going to get into what is our plan for our game plan for today as we work through, deploying this stuff and learning more about Google Cloud Platform. Thought we were going to do Firebase, but that didn't work out as we thought. So we'll figure all that out. All right. So let's see. Let me check the chat real quick, see if there's anything else. Only thing else, because your car says don't play his song. He calls it crap. I call it a work of art, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I tried. Anyways, and Roxy was willing to drink Dr. Pepper for a second if I was to play the song, but then she says, I take it back. I am not going to drink Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper is terrible. Oh, sorry. The views expressed by Roxy are not the views of the channel. She does not like Dr. Pepper. I don't drink soda, so I have no input on the matter. All right, so Alrighty, so here we go. Here is the plan for today. So what we've done so far, right? We were trying. I'm gonna start our first 20-minute segment as we talk about this.
It's time to do.
So let's give a quick little historical context of what happened. All right, so we have the Saturday morning show where we're reviewing the economic data, and I was like, you know what? I don't like the fact that I have to use the Google Doc in order to search for these words. So I was like, you know what? We're going to build a dictionary where we're going to be storing our data in there. So I found this little dictionary template for React that they had, like how to build it. And I started using that. And then I said, all right, now we have to create our own API to store the information. We have to pull from the API. And that's what we've been doing on Thursday nights. So a couple of weeks ago, I said, you know what? We should deploy this so that we can access it on the web as well. And I was thinking that we're going to do it through Firebase. However, what I came to realize in the past couple of weeks is that in order to use Firebase, we are going to have Firebase take over our application. And I am not a fan of being tightly coupled to any one particular platform. I want to be able to, if I want to go to Microsoft Azure, I want to be able to do that. If I want to go to Amazon Web Services, I want to be able to do that. So I do not build applications and web applications and mobile applications where I'm going to be bound to, be held hostage. I don't want to be held hostage by anyone, by any platform. That is not the proper web, software development practices where you are integrating into you're integrating a platform into your application. So in order to use Firebase, I was going to have to in the code, in the actual code, say, all right, import Firebase stuff and to use their database and everything like that. And I wasn't going to do that. So what we ended up doing last week is we set up our database with Mongo. I already have the database for Mongo with for the quotes application, poopypants.app. Check it out. It gives you David Goggins quotes. That's what the name is inspired by. But so I was like, all right, let me just create another serverless instance with Mongo, which we did that. We'll look at that today. And I got the connection URL. and we were trying to start up our Docker image on Google with that. So I think that's where we got stuck last week. So we're going to continue troubleshooting that today. So in the past, what we've done is we've logged into Google Developer Console. We did research the database to see if we're going to use Firebase. Initially, we ended up creating a Firebase database. I think it's called a real-time database, something like that. But there was no connection string to be able to send connect the API to it. So that's why I just moved away from it altogether. Let me see. So we researched how to deploy Node.js Express API to Firebase. We might not even be doing that at this point. I don't know. I'm not sure about that yet. So we ended up figuring out how to push a Docker image to Google. We did figure out how to start the Docker container on Google, but we had some failures that we're going to try it again today to troubleshoot that. And then once we're able to start our API connected to the database, to our Mongo database, then we can actually go into building out our Docker image for the front end through React. And we're going to push that image to Google Cloud. And then we're going to start the Docker container for the UI and pass the environment variable for the API, how to connect to that. So then, that should be it. We shall see. And then we have our breaks after every 20-minute segment. So I do my best to try to keep it within 2 hours. Maybe we might go 2 hours and 10 minutes. But I do have some other things to do today. Today is the Scrum night for the Tech Barbarians, so I cannot be here all day. A lot of things to do. All right, so let's get started. Let me see where we're at. All right, cool. Let me open this up. And let me see. All right, cool. So let's get to it. We are going to go to Google Cloud Platform over here. And we are going to, so this is our if you've been here in the past, you will see that we have used AWS for pretty much all of our projects. Why am I here inside a Google Cloud Platform and not inside AWS? Well, because I thought I was going to be able to use Firebase to do this, but I don't think so. But since we're already here, we might as well get a little bit familiar with Google Cloud Platform. If you are interested in going into in DevOps and cloud engineering and stuff like that, you might end up working for a company that uses Google Cloud, so you want to get familiar with it. You don't have to be an expert in all three of the major ones, but you want to get your hands dirty. You want to move around so that you can be open to any opportunity that's available. You don't want to say I'm only a AWS person. I'm only a Google person. I'm only a Microsoft Azure person. No, you got to be flexible. You have to be flexible. So that's why you see me move around. Maybe a month ago, I was working with one of my tech barbarians, and I was inside of Microsoft Azure for the first time, navigating with it, and I was able to give him some pointers on how to do something, just based on my knowledge of other platforms and being able to research on Google. So take that for what it's worth. It is important that you actually use more than one platform, even if you're not an expert in any one particular one of them. All right. So with that being said, we are going to go to, let's see, we're going to go over here to let me see which one so let's go to cloud. I don't think it's this one though. Let me see. I don't think it's this one per se. Because basically we need to, all right, so let's see what we used last time. So first and foremost, let's go and we need to make this, we need to make the network access for this, for our database. I'm only gonna make it available for 6 hours, just as we're testing this, all right? And now that we have, so that's gonna get started, and then we're going to, as that's doing that, we're going to say, let's go to Google. And we're going to say, what am I looking for? We want to look for run a container on, or let's run a Docker container on Google cloud. Let's look at that, right? So deploying container images to Cloud Run. Let's take a look at that. All right, so we have done a good bit of these. So Cloud Run deploy service. All right, so and eventually we'll do it in Terraform as well, but let's see. To deploy a container image, run the following command. All right, so I'm gonna have this up on one screen. I'm gonna go over to the other screen as we do this. All right, and let's do, let me see, console. Let's go to, all right, so let's go to, where is this Google Cloud? G Cloud Run? Cloud Run. All right, let's take a look at that. That's not the one. Let's see. All right, let's go to library. Let's go to, what's this? Let me see, where is this thing? All right, not that one. Cloud Run. Say manage. Where did I put this last time? Let's see. All right, let's go to, all right, let's do this. So it's gonna go over to here. And let's go to, let me see, this one right here. All right, there we go. So let's look over here real quick. So there goes our container registry. And we need to, or is it this one? Let me see. All right, there we go. So we need to do this. So this was 7 days ago. So we need to deploy this one right here. Let's go to, so this is the latest one, 7 days ago. We want to, let's say we deploy to cloud. Let's see what this does actually. Service name already exists. So let me open this in a new tab. Why does a service run already exist? Ah, okay. All right. So this is what we're looking for. So so this is under cloud. Why is it when we went to cloud when we couldn't find anything, right? So let me see what the error was last time. It's not ready to receive traffic. The user provided container failed to start and listen on the port defined provided by the port 8080. All right. So that's what the error was that we got last time. Let's see. So the first time we had this connection error via Mongoose. So the second time, so this is the one, right? The second time, what errors do we have? So the second time we were able to connect. We're able to connect to the database. Core is enabled, started on port 3000, which is right. Invalid scheme. Wait a second. This is, wait. So parse error. 352, 34. All right. So, all right. When we first tried to connect, there was an error with this, but then on the second time, it was able to connect. And then something about port 8080, it was not able to connect on. All right. So now we're going to continue troubleshooting this and then we'll start over again. But let's see what this means. Let's copy that. Google. All right. So let's see what this is saying. All right. Wait 3 minutes. All right. So I had the same error when deploying my React app on Cloud Run. For me, adding environment host 0000 on my Docker file solved the issue. See, but this is... We can do that, but is that a requirement of... Is that a requirement of... Is that how Google Cloud Platform works? Because I am not familiar with Google. Why is it so dark in here? I am not familiar with Google Cloud Platform at all. So I'm just wondering if that's just how it works. You know? Let me see. Can I? Let's see what's going on over here. So switch to HTTPS probe. Well, I guess we can try this to see if that's going to, not this one. I guess we can try this one to see if that's actually going to make a difference. All right, so let's give it a try. Let me open up the right software, WebStorm. Let's move this over here. Let's go to Docker file. Let's go over here. And it says env host 0.0.0.0. Guess. Let's try that. So then I guess we have to build this image again. Let's see. Google build Docker image. So where do we do it? All right. So it looks like we're going to have to do gcloud builds submit. What am I showing? Oh goodness, that's not what I'm supposed to be showing. Wrong screen. All right, hold on 1 second. Let's go here. All right, that's what it should be showing. All right, there we go. All right, so we are here. So I added the env host 000. Let's do submit. And we're gonna do tags. Tag. We're gonna do GCR. Should find the one from last week. GCR.io, googlecloudrun.io / and that was gonna be called. Let me see. Urban Dictionary of Economic Data. And then Is that it? Let me see. Yep. I think that's it. Let's give that a try. All right, so looks like it's doing its thing. Got it in there, right? So that's good. So something that I am not a fan of with Google Cloud Platform, at least with this Cloud Run thing, is that I would prefer to just be able to push my image up there instead of having to like build a separate image inside of Google Cloud, because I want it to be consistent. You know, why is this thing retrying? Why are we retrying? That's weird. That is weird. Let me see something. Let's see. Why are you retrying and not just doing it? Is the internet slowing down? Let me see. Invalid missing name should be in the form of host name, project ID, repository. All right, so let's stop that. So we're here, and then, so it should be in the form of missing image name, should be in the form of
lunch break.
Host name, project ID, repository name. So host name, project ID, repository name. All right, let's go with that. Let's try it one more time, see what happens. We're gonna get to break though. Let's see what happens. All right, layers exist, pushed. Cool, so that's done. All right, so when we get back from break, we are going to try to, we're gonna try to start this container up again. We added the little thing that they were asking for, so we'll see how that goes, right? Hopefully our API is working so that we can actually move on to building out the, the Docker image for the UI if we can get it started. That'll be great, that'll be wonderful, that'll be awesome. So let's go to break. All right, so here we are. We are on our very first break. Let me check the chat real quick, make sure we don't have anything happening in the chat. Let's see. Nope, we are good to go. And I do have a poll running. On should I open up a Tech Coach Ralph Discord server? But we'll talk about that before we wrap up the show. But just a thought about opening up a Discord server for different people, tech career-wise, to connect, and maybe we can do some things in there depending on how the traction is. I was always hesitant to open up a Discord, but we'll talk about that as we wind the show down. Let's get to our first break time topic of today. We are going to be talking about Amazon. We're going to talk about Amazon, all right? So what Your guy says, ain't nothing going on but the rent. It's too damn high, your car. The rent is too damn high. All right, let's get to this, right? Amazon CEO, Andy Jassy, I think his name is. Will Amazon be hiring soon? Is the CEO looking to get revenge on his managers? What are we talking about? All right, so let's get to this article real quick. This article is brought to us by Fortune, and it says Amazon CEO Andy Jassy hates bureaucracy so much he plans to increase the ratio of employees to managers. So let's see what they're talking about here, right? So in an effort to stymie bureaucracy at Amazon, CEO Andy Jassy in mid-September announced a plan to increase the ratio of individual contributors to managers by at least 15% by the end of the first quarter of 2025. And that's according to an internal memo obtained by Business Insider. So Business Insider obtained the internal memo, and then Fortune magazine is reporting on it, right? I'm pretty sure Business Insider reported on it too. It says this largely has to do with Amazon's disdain for inefficiency and having too many stakeholders involved in decision making. I kind of see his point on that. We never actually get anything done because we just keep talking about it the whole damn time. All right. Let's see what else we got. So the reality is that I thought I started the timer. All right, let's go. All right. So the reality is that the senior leadership team and I hate bureaucracy, Jassy said during an internal call this week. The same meeting where he addressed employee questions about Amazon strict return to office policy, a spokesperson confirmed to Fortune. One of the reasons I'm still at this company is because it is not a political or bureaucratic place. The Amazon spokesperson told Fortune this effort isn't necessarily meant to reduce the number of managers, rather it's meant to lessen the number of layers between employees and leadership. This decision comes in the aftermath of Amazon's massive hiring spree since the pandemic. What are all these stupid videos? My God. So annoying. All right. Let me see. Where were we before we so rudely interrupted? All right. So to increase the ratio of individual contributors to managers, Amazon exploring growing team sizes and having managers take on other roles, the spokesperson said. Jassy and his senior leadership team are hot on the trail to lessen bureaucracy at Amazon so much. In fact, they introduced a bureaucracy mailbox where employees can submit concerns about excessive processes or rules to be addressed. According to Business Insider, Jassy has already received more than 500 emails. What? And the company has acted on about 150 of them. Sounds like Amazon started its own department of Amazon efficiency, I should say, a DOAE department, not to be confused with the Department of Government Efficiency, right? Reducing the number of managers, especially at a company as big as Amazon, can be a slippery slope, management experts agree. It's always the experts. It is always the experts. Whenever somebody has the name expert associated with it, I get nervous because I'm pretty sure there were a lot of experts that, gave wrong expert advice in this past week. So it is what it is. It is what it is, right? So anyways, let me not be mean. Larger companies need some bureaucracy to control and coordinate their operations. Moshe Cohen, a senior lecturer on management and organization at Boston University Questrom School of Business, told Fortune. All right. When we get into these professors sharing their expertise on a senior lecturer on management and organizations, I want to see their credentials. I want to see what this Moshe Cohen has actually done. What kind of management that this Moshe Cohen has done to be this expert and to say, did they just study it or do they have real life experience there? I'm just wondering. Okay. So, too little management results in chaos, poor coordination, inferior decisions, and too little attention to team members. All right. However, Cohen agreed too much bureaucracy can slow down decision making and disconnect people from a company's mission. The challenge is to find the right balance and to structure the management to optimize the positives without unburden the organization or its people, right? So you have to unburden them by what has been at the organization so that they can be free to do the best job possible, okay? So Lauren Margolis, founder and chief executive coach of TLS Leaders and leadership professor at Stony Brook University, my cousin went to Stony Brook, said there are two conditions under which Amazon should consider having fewer managers. The very, very last thing that I would ever want is a college professor coming and telling me how to run business, unless they have successfully ran many businesses in the past. But I am not a big believer in the whole college professor thing, all right? Telling businesses how to, unless you've done it. That's just me, right? That's just me. Maybe that's my personal bias. But anyways, the first is if managers are underperforming, which includes micromanaging, not coaching, or not empowering employees to do their jobs independently, she told Fortune. The other condition under which Amazon should consider cutting management positions would be if it needs to cut costs and eliminate some layers to be more agile. We love agile over here, right? So, however, Margolis advises against reducing middle management positions just to cut some red tape. Companies need to be keenly aware that eliminating middle managers can leave the company without important knowledge. That's a good point. It can, yeah. Middle managers are the key to company success since they empower the front line and support the senior line. So what about not like
back to work, chop chop, let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work, back to work, back to work.
Not necessarily the middle managers, but what about the upper mid managers who might not be as aware of the day-to-day stuff? But I don't know. Is there anything else? Is that it? That's not how you, Fortune. Is that how you finish an article? You just say that you just suggest that employee. All right. So it says Margolis suggests current Amazon employees concerned about their managers losing their jobs to ask as much as they can about processes, key decisions, and influential leaders at the company. All right. So is that it? You don't finish an article like that. Is that how you finish? Oh, whatever, Fortune. That is not how you finish an article. Who wrote this article? This article was written by Sydney Lake. Sydney, that is not how you end an article. I'm just saying, Sydney. Give us like a conclusion, give us a conclusion. What are your thoughts? Anyways, let's get back to it. All right, we're going to get back to work today. Roxy said, so your car says, where is Mitch? That's good. That's a great question, your car. Where is, maybe if we do this, right? Where is it? Maybe if we go like this, maybe your car, that'll summon Mitch. I don't know, I don't know, but I just threw up the Mitch symbol. Maybe that'll bring him in, but you never know. You never know with Mitch. Sometimes he's in his feelings. Sometimes he's, I can never be 100% sure when he's going to show up, when he's not going to show up, right? Usually he does, but sometimes he gets into his feelings and, no one wants to catch these hands today, all right? I'm just saying. And Roxy says, gots to have a J-O-B. Alrighty then, let's continue on with the show for today, all right? We are going to continue trying to... Why are they going so fast down a residential neighborhood? I don't quite know. All right. So much noise. All right. Although back in the days, I used to be the same way. So, anyways. All right. So we are going to continue. We're going to try to start this, we're going to try to start the container to see if we can get the API up and running. All right. So let's go to... How did we do the, all right, so how do we do, so we need to do, all right, so this is what we need to do. We need to go to, we need to say, all right, let's go to Google. We had searched this last week, but pass environment variable to environment variable to G Cloud run. Configure environment variables G Cloud run. Says do not use environment variables to store or consume secrets because environment variables are visible to anyone with project viewer permissions. Said use secret manager with cloud run as described in the using secrets page. Can we set up a secret? Let me see. How secrets are checked at deployment time. All right, for now, we're just going to use, I'm not gonna go into like secrets. We're just going to try to get this to run. And then I'll update the database password and all that stuff later on where we can then pass it via secret, all right? Because we just want to see if this is gonna work first, okay? So we're going to do set environment variables. We're gonna do, let me see, you can specify environment variables while deploying a service or update them after the service is created. Let's see. So we would do what's the difference between deploy and run or deploy and services? Oh, okay, so when you deploy, it's going to kick it off and then the services is something that's already running, I guess. All right, so let's go to, where are we? Where did I go? Hold on. All right, let's go here. We're going to do the G Cloud run deploy, and then what is this service? Okay, service and then image. All right, cool. So let's do that. Let's try that out. Let's go over here. We are going to do my mouse. All right, G Cloud run deploy. Service name should be, I guess the service name is I guess it's going to be this. Let's try that. And then the service name, or then we need the -- image. And the image URL is going to be grc.io/Urban Dictionary of Economic Data /Urban Dictionary of Economic Data. And then we're going to say -- update -env - or not update, but let's say not update. It's going to be set env vars. And that's going to be, if I go to, this is localhost database connection equals, let me get it from, let's get it from Mongo. Connect. Here. Let's take this. I'm going to go put a quote here. Let me set the password. Where is that password? Where is that password? Okay, let's take that. And all right, let's go back to over here. And it's asking for, where do we want to deploy this? A region of US East. Let's do US East 4. 34. All right, expected image path like host, repo path, tag, where the host is region, GRC. Okay, all right, I see what's going on here. All right, let's, did I not, I didn't start another timer, hold on.
Let's go! Let's go!
I guess we'll have an extended segment on this one. Let's see, all right. Let's go to over here. Let's see, GRC Urban Dictionary container. I'll change this password later. It's not that big of a deal. We have, all right, so we have GRC. Let me go to, I did it again. I did it again. Oops, I did it again. All right, so this is GCR. The same issue I had last time. GCR, all right, .io. All right, let's do that. Let's go back over to here, 34. Let's see what happens with that. So we're trying to start up our API. So it's trying to route traffic. I'm not sure about this whole 8080 thing that it's trying to do. That's one of the things I don't understand about Google Cloud Platform yet. Why is it picking port 8080? But you know how we figure it out after it run. Okay, so I guess requests will be sent to the container on this port. We recommend listening on port instead of the specific port. Interesting. I'm just reading from the other machine over here. What's good, Telltale Woke? How is it going? Hopefully you're having an amazing, amazing Sunday. Shout out to you up there in Pennsylvania. Let's see. Let's see. In our next break, I'm going to be talking to you about some things I've been learning about the drone as well, about just drones and like flying drones and monetizing drone content and stuff like that. There's a big wrinkle in that, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. So if we look over here for a second, we can see that this is actually deploying. So that's pretty cool. I wonder if there's like a log that's associated with it to see what's going on. So this is from last week. This is from this week. Let's see. I don't know how long this is gonna take. I feel like it shouldn't take this long, but I really wouldn't know. Because all it says is routing traffic. Let's see. Definitely taking a sweet time. Let's see what we have over here. SLOs. Let's expand this. I don't see any details. It's like it's not doing anything. Let's search for. Maybe I'm being impatient. How long does gcloud run take to route traffic? Or is it, let's just say to deploy. Impatient. All right, I'm impatient. It takes about 8 minutes. What? The initial deployment of function on Google Cloud Run can take several minutes. The time it takes depends on provisioning of the underlying infrastructure. Redeploying an existing function is faster, and all right, so something happened. All right, let's see. So it says that gcloud run revision is not ready and cannot serve traffic. The user provided container failed to start and listen on the port defined provided by port 8080 environment variable, which is within the allocated amount of time. This can happen when the container port is misconfigured or if the timeout is too short. All right. Let's try that. So this says that the container, it says that the container failed to start. So let's see why. All right, so verify you can run your container image locally. Well, all right, let me see. Well, that is something that we have to do. We do have to do that. All right, so it says, all right, check if your container is listening for requests on the expected port as documented in the container runtime contract. Your container must listen for incoming requests on the port that is defined by Cloud Run and provided in the port's environment variable. See configure. Oh, that might be it. Maybe, I don't know, because I know in our thing that the port is 80 or it's 3000 or 3001, something like that. But is it trying to, let me see, let's go to over here and let's go to, let's see, on port 8080. If it's trying, all right, if it's trying to start, all right, so I have an idea what's going on. So let's go to, I think I know what's going on. So let's do this, right? Let's do, oh God, let's clear this out. Let's go over here. I did have it on my list, but I forgot to do it. I did want to do, so let's do Docker build, see Docker images. Let's go to, you got way too many images, but okay. Let's go to Docker build, dot, Docker, what? Docker, start a build, path URL. What is a Docker build command? Docker build from Docker file. Docker build -t. Docker build. Got it a little backwards. So let's do the dot afterwards, and we're gonna say Docker build -t. what's that? Legacy key value, env key. Oh, okay. So we can do that. Let's go to env key value. Where do you see that? Legacy key env. Oh, okay. So it should be like this. All right. Let's try that. Okay, so now if we try to, let's try to start this up locally, right? So let's go to Docker run. Let's see, name. Let's just call it UDEC API. We don't have to do it detached. We can do what is the, let me see, Docker run environment variable. It should be dash E, and we're gonna do database connection, and we're gonna say equals to, I'm going to copy it from here. We're gonna put quotation, and I'm gonna go to put in my password for the database. And oh, we need the Urban Dictionary economic data alpha dot or just copy this right here. All right, so let's go to that. Let's see if that works. Oh yeah, that works perfectly. So it's connected to the server, started on port 3000. Oh, you know what? Shoot, let's do this. Won't be able to get to it. Let's do this. Let me, that's one thing we forgot. Docker stop here. Docker rm, and we want to do it again, but we want to do the port as well. So dash p. I'm gonna do 3,000, or we're gonna do 3,500 or 3,800 and 3,000 because there is probably something running already on port 3,000. So now if we go to over here and we go to here, we do localhost 3,500 or 3,800 actually, sorry. 3,800, and it should be API glossary. Not so. Oh, cannot. All right. Yeah, we haven't. I don't think we have that yet. All right, so let's do a get. All right, cool. So there's nothing that's returning, but we are connected locally to our database that is on Mongo. So that's a good sign. So now we need to get that same thing started on Google Cloud. All right, so let's go back over here. And we're going to, we can stop that. And we need to do this command again, but we need to pass the port. So let's find out how to pass that port and see if we can get it started. So let's see. Your container must listen for incoming requests on the port that is defined by Google Cloud Run and is provided in the port's environment variable. Let's see, configuring containers, container port. Any configuration change leads to the creation of a new revision. Subsequent revisions will also automatically get this configuration unless you make explicit updates to change it. For Cloud Runs, Cloud Run injects the port environment variable into the container. If you deploy multiple containers to a service, this is an ingress container. The container listens on the port defined by the port environment variable rather than the specific port hard-coded. If this is impossible, configure listening to occur on the port that sends requests to the container. Note the port setting does not apply to Cloud Run jobs. So port with the port to send requests. So this should be 3000 then. So, all right, we did that. Let's go to dash port. Let's say 3000. Let's give that a whirl. 34. Let's see what happens. Because if we get this to work, that'll be huge, a huge success. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It is up and running. It was just a port thing. It was just a port thing. We have successfully deployed our API to the Google Cloud platform. I gotta find out how much it's gonna cost me actually, because I will shut this down if it's gonna cost me too much, right? But we'll find out, because if it's a whole server running, I don't know, gotta figure it out. Anyways, let's take this right here. Copy URL. We're gonna go into this browser right here. And we're gonna go to Talend, and we're gonna change this right here to, is it HTTPS? Yep, it's HTTPS, like that. And let's do a send. Ooh, look at that, look at that, look at that. Thinking. I wonder if it has the patch and stuff that we did from the other day. Let me see something. All right, let's do this. Let's go ahead and let's get 2 of these talents going, right? We need to have our local host. 3000 maybe? Let's do a get. And let's just take the weekly jobless claims, right? To see. Let's take this one. Let's copy that. Let's go to create a post request. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. Gonna take the ID out. Gonna take this ID out as well. And if we send this one, it's created. And if we get this, and we go to retrieve it, actually no, wait a second. My bad. All right, I messed up. Give me a second. Give me just a split second. Let's do. I did it in whatever, the localhost. We need to do it here, right? So let's go here. We're gonna do a post. We are going to say this post, and we're going to submit it, and we're still good. We are still good. And And if we do a retrieve, let's do a get on that. We do a get. We are good to go. We are trucking and moving. All right, so let's go. Let me go and check that off on our list for today. So we started up the Docker API locally. We passed the environment variable locally. We started the Docker API on Google. We passed the environment variable on Google, on the environment variable for the database. So next up, after our next break, we are going to build a Docker image for the UI. We're gonna push it to Google Cloud, and we are
Lunch break.
we're going to start the Docker container. The thing is, right? I don't know if I want the API to be public. I mean, I don't know. I'll think about that. We're gonna have to add some security around the API if we actually go to use this, because I don't want anybody just be posting and stuff to it, and making running up my database costs and stuff like that. All right. Anyways, let's go to break. Let's go to break. All right. So we are on break. That was a great working segment. It was a little bit extended because I forgot to start the timer, but it is what it is. Sue me. No, don't sue me. I'm just saying, don't sue me. All right. All right. So let me check the chat, and then we're going to get to our second break time topic. Let me see. My guy Telltale is in the building. Says, "What's good, people? What's good to you as well, Telltale?"
I appreciate you.
Says, "Getting ready for the week. Probably gonna get into cloud things more." That's what I'm talking about. If I end up opening up this Discord, I think it would be a cool opportunity to have these tech talks and these, just inside the Discord roundtable discussions on, what's going on with the cloud, what are people getting into, what have they been working on. I don't know. That might be a good idea. Like, just different tech people to jump on a Discord live and talk about what they've been working on, what they are learning, things like that. Your car says, "Call me Mr. Cloud9 because I'm high tech." What? You know what? It's funny, your car, because as soon as you said that joke, Mitch came in, and you know what's gonna happen next. So just brace yourself for what he's gonna say. But Mr. Cloud9 is in the building. Got my guy in the building, Mitch. What's good, Mitch? How are you doing today? Hope all is well. And we got NC Worker in the building. How you doing, NC Worker? Hopefully you're doing well as well. Hopefully your Sunday afternoon is going amazing. We got the one, the only, my guy, Rod Brown in the building. All right, I'm going to let you guys know. I was hanging out with Rod Brown yesterday. He was in South Florida, so I drove down to hang out with him for a couple of hours. Amazing guy all around. Shout out to my guy, Rod Brown. Let's see. Your car says "The Port of Miami." It's one of my favorite songs. Right? And shout out to your car, always cheering us on. Shout out to my guy, your car, as always.
We the best.
Let's see. Thank you, your car. I really appreciate it. And I'll say this is like my first. This is not my first time using Google Cloud Platform, but this is my first time going into the Docker image realm of Google Cloud Platform. And I'm pretty sure when we get into Kubernetes in a couple of, probably next week or maybe the week after, we're going to be using Google Cloud Platform for that as well. I'm not sure if they use AWS for it in the course, but we'll see. But yeah, this is like, and just following along, piecing things together, using the Docker knowledge, using the documentation to be able to piece these things together. But really, really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. All right, so let's jump into our second, let me see. Rob Brown also says, salute to me, appreciate linking up. It was a pleasure to have you down here in South Florida in my stomping grounds. And I'll tell you this, Mitch, Rob Brown looks like he knows how to throw those hands too. I would love to see that boxing match between Rod Brown and Mitch to see who is actually going to catch those hands. I'm just saying. All right. I'm just saying. Shout out to my boxers out there. See me, I don't throw hands. I only break them. I'm just saying. I don't throw hands. I only break them. Just saying. I am just saying. All right. Anyways, let's get to our break time conversation. All right, let's go to here. Let's go here to there. So, learning to fly the drone updates. So, first update, right? First thing. If you are flying the drone around a very large dog, right? Like a literal dog. That dog makes the drone a little bit hard to land. I'm just going to say, right? So yesterday I'm practicing with the drone and, like going up and things like that. And where I was at, I was at a friend's house and they have a like huge area. So I'm in their yard flying the drone and they have a huge dog as well. And this dog is not letting my drone land. It was crazy. It was crazy. I was like, you know what? Putting the drone away. I'm not trying to have a dog eat up my drone and stuff like that. But so that's that. The other of it, where's the timer? And why I'm forgetting the timer today, right? So the other thing with the drone is that in order to make any type of monetization on drone content, you need to have I think what they call it, a Part 107 license. So you can't do any content around drone footage, which is monetized, without having a drone license. So it's going to be interesting in order to do that. But if you, so it's like this, what I was reading, you can't so if I was going to upload a drone footage on this channel, right, it would have to be under the license of someone who is the person who would be recording the footage would have to be a Part 107 license, which it's aviation testing stuff, right? Heard it's not too hard to get it, but it's also not that easy. It's kind of tricky, stuff like that. But looking into that, but any type of business that you try to do with the drone, let's say you're doing what do they call it? Real estate footage, video, pictures. If you're doing let's say for home inspections, I guess. If you're using, I wonder for home inspections what would happen, right? Let's say you're using your drone to for home inspections, taking footage of the roof, so you don't have to actually climb up on the roof. If you would need that license, because you are using it commercially, but it's for a home. You probably do need it. You probably do need it at that point. So, but yeah, if you're doing wedding photography, stuff like that, all that type of stuff, you would need some type of license. So I wonder though, if I don't know, I gotta figure out how can you get, because I can't put it on this channel because this channel is monetized. But it would be fun to be able to put some drone footage. Maybe I'll throw it on another channel that's not monetized and see what we can do with that. Because I've been, trying to practice flying it, and it's been fun trying to control it, trying to not lose it. But I do have some plans for the drones. I already have my next drone in sights of, if using this drone works out well, we'll the next drone that we'll get and work with that. And I was also looking at how to, build and program your own drone as well. So many different things. I don't know why. I like cars. I like drones. I like cars that drive themselves for me as well. I don't like people to drive myself. As your car keeps trying to tell me, get a driver. I don't want a driver. I want to either drive myself or have a robot drive me. So who knows? I don't know. Let me check the chat before we get back to working. Let's see. Mitch says, let me get the drone thing off the screen. He says, sounds like y'all were holding hands on a date, skipping around the lake, but that's not That's a good one, Mitch. That is a good one. We wish you were there, though. We wish you were there too, Mitch. We wish you were there. Have you ran into a geofence? I have not ran into a geofence, Car, because I have only flown this particular drone in two specific locations. In my front yard, in my front yard, in my backyard, and then yesterday at a friend's house, I made it go up, left and right a little bit, and then come back down. And Kurt says, I told you to go to a parking lot. I was able to do it, and like this one is actually I'm able to control it, so I was able to do it at home. But very specific on where I make it go. Very specific. And there's a field.
Get a move on. Back to work. Chop, chop. Let's go. Come on. Get a move on. Back to work. Back to work. Back to work.
And there's a field that's like a park right around the corner that where I tried the first one but I think the first one was kind of defective. So I'm sending that one back. It says that is a toy to a dog. Like he was like following it all over the place. He was trying to jump. I had brought it low, and then he jumped, and I brought it up, and he fell. It was crazy. Commercial drone pilot. Yep, that's what it is. So in order to use it for any type of business purposes, even for content on YouTube, on a YouTube channel that's monetized, you have to get that commercial drone pilot license. Which reminds me, I saw a video yesterday where on the beach, they were using drones. I forgot where. I think maybe was it in Florida somewhere, but they were using drones to help rescue people. And they were using it to like where the let's say somebody is like in trouble, they would fly the drone to that person and drop two of those inflating things until help comes. And then there was another one where they used the drone to take a rope to a person and drop the person the rope and then be able to pull the person in. So that's pretty cool. I think that's really, really cool. What different technologies happening, what different drone technologies happening. And Rob Brown says that sounds like a hater. 100%, a big hater. Car says, I don't throw hands, I throw ninja stars. Ooh, that's scary. That is scary. It says, get a driver until iRobot comes out. I am not your car. It is impossible to get a driver in South Florida because, not getting. I cannot get a driver. I don't need a driver. No, not getting. It's either my robot or me, right? Nobody else. I almost had my wife drive me somewhere yesterday, but then the appointment that I had got canceled. So I'm like, all right, perfect. I'm driving. Nope. I'm driving. Nope. If I'm gonna die, it's gonna be because of my fault. All right. I'm just saying. I'm not. It's either gonna be my fault or the robot's fault. All right. That's where it's gonna go. I'm not gonna let anybody else. As much as possible. Sometimes you have no choice. Sometimes you get into an Uber because you're out of town. But if I am in town, it's me driving. All right. If I have my car, it's me driving. Just saying. I'm just saying. Okay. Let's see. All right, let's get back to work. Let's get back to work. Where are we now? So we have one more segment to go where we're going to be working on the UI, doing the Docker image for the UI. So let's go over to start our last 20-minute segment.
It's time to do.
And we're going to go over here. We are going to go to recent projects. We're going to go to this one. We're going to do a new window. We are going to close all of these. I need to push this up to GitHub. Close all. Let's do new directory, or no, new file, Docker file. Let's add that. And let's see. We need to create, go to Google, so you can see the search, create Docker image or Docker file for React app. How to Dockerize a React application. Sounds like exactly what we need. So let's go to this one, Free Code Cap. Amazing, amazing website. All right, so what is Docker? All right, so we already have this done. So we're gonna do from node. All right, so from node Alpine, we're probably gonna do whatever node 22 is. And then working directory, copy. Okay. Working directory, copy. All right. So then we're going to say the working directory is React Docker example. We're going to call this our thing. And then we're going to copy the public folder, into the public folders, the source to the source, and the package.json into the main folder. We're going to run npm install. We're going to do cmd npm start. All right, I think we got it. All right, so let's go to over here. We are going to say from, from node, colon. Let me see what version of node we're using over here. Node -v 22. To -alpine. All right, we got that. We're gonna say work directory, and we're gonna call this Urban Dictionary Economic Data app. And we're gonna say copy public /to Urban Dictionary Economic Data -app, copy src /to. I'm just gonna copy this. I'm not gonna, oh, actually no, I gotta put public over here, or no slash. Let's copy this right here to here, and src copy package.json to Urban Dictionary. All right, let me get rid of this one. And we have that, and then we're gonna say entry point, or is it CMD? So no, we're gonna do, after that, we're gonna do run npm install, and then we're gonna do CMD npm start. but there is an environment variable, I believe. Okay, let's take a look at this one first. We probably need to add this env host. Where we at that one? After the working directory. And we then need to say, we got all of that, we got all of that. Why can't this be slow? Why can't this be? Let me just do the same base image for that. Let's do this. All right. Let me see. We have that. Do I need to? I guess I don't need the environment variable here. Oh, let's do expose. Port. Say 3000. What did I? Let me see. What port did I put this on over here? Oh, I put on port 3000 over here. I don't know. All right. So let's do whatever. So now we have this. Let's build this image. I need a .env file actually. New file .env. Let's actually no, let's not add that. Let's do new file .env. Do you want to add? I don't want to add it. It's gonna be .env. All right, we got that. Let's go to inside of .env. There is a file that we're using to connect to our API. Where is that file? Is it app.js? So we have localhost in here. So if we were to take this right here and put it in here, and let's say API UDEC API URL, right? And then in here, we're gonna do $sign process dot, or is it process dot env dot this? All right. There we go. Is there any? I think that's the only spot that's using it. Localhost. No, there's search page results is also using it. All right, let's do that. Oops. Let's say $sign process dot env dot. All right. Let's copy this localhost. One more spot. Okay. Just take that off. And now if we go to do the same thing over here, we're going to build this image. Just like we're to say docker build dash T to tag, and we're going to call this urban dictionary economic data app. And we'll just throw on the latest tag on it. And we will do dot. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Something is wrong. Port, invalid port, container port. Invalid container port. Oh, okay. My bad. So it should just be expose 3000. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's see. So it's installing now, or it's building the image. And once that is done, we are going to, let me start pulling it up. We're going to do our same gcloud build. We're going to do the gcloud submit on that one. We can actually start doing that now, actually. Let's open up another tab. Let's start doing that now. So gcloud build submit. Region, we're going to say equals US East 4. Tag, we're going to say gcr.io/ can we put it on the same one? Let me see. Let's see. I think we can actually. Let me see. Urban Dictionary, economic data / Urban Dictionary, economic data front end. Latest. Let me see if this is done yet. Cool, that's done. But with only about, how much time we have left? About 7. I'm gonna go straight to Google, right? Let's try to push this to Google to see if we can actually get it started and running in time. Let's go, and I think that's everything. Let's go and push it. Invalid argument for parents. Location US East 4 is not supported. Let me see. What do we use for this one? Was it? Okay. It's going to be. There's no dash in the 4. All right. Due to quota restrictions, cannot run a build in this region. What? Oh, I know why. Because it's supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be US Central 1, actually. For the build, it's supposed to be. So I think for the build, it's US Central 1. For the deploy, it's US East 4. Let's see. Yep, that's what it is. We're learning. We are learning this stuff. Rob, you see what I was telling you yesterday? Like how I use this to learn, 2 weeks ago, not too familiar with Google Cloud Platform. Now I'm actually pushing Docker images into Google Cloud and getting them running and stuff like that. I got to do a cost analysis to see if I was to keep this up and running, how much it would actually cost me. Because running in the cloud is pretty expensive. So it might not be worth it. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Let's see. It would also be cool. Let's say we have the API running in the cloud and then we build a mobile app around it. So on Saturday mornings, people can actually use their mobile phone to get these definitions and stuff like that. But as your car always says, the content builds itself because we continue to come up with new strategies, new ways to bring the content out and to build things, learn things, and then we can get this app in the App Store and so many different things that are happening. Let's see. Waiting for this to finish building. Well, while we wait for that, let's go and try to run our Docker container, Docker run. And if we were to do Docker run name, let's say UDEC FE front end, and we do port, let's say 4,000, and on port, what's the port on the inside of this? We running it on, where are we running this? I don't even, I guess 3,000, port 3,000, E for environment variable, and we're going to say UDEC API, and we're going to say, what was the name of our, let's go with that. I think that's everything. We have the run, the name, the port, the environment. I think that's everything. Let's run that. Unknown flag port. Is it just P? P? Fail to start. I'm not finding path. Docker images. Let's go to the top. App. No, that's what I have. Let's do latest maybe. Okay, Docker RM. Let's get rid of that. But let's go back to this one. All right, so this one is up there. So now we're gonna do a run in our cloud. While that was building, I just wanted to see if I could start up it locally as well. But Docker run, we're gonna say, what is our run command? We're gonna do Docker run deploy image. This is the should be this one right here. And then, oh, I need a service name actually. So run service, let's just call it UDEC FE. And we're gonna go to front end. We're gonna say update env vars, and the API URL is going to equal the URL of the API that we have here. So we go here, right there, and if we start that up, let's see what happens. We want US East 4, all right, 34. Allow unauthenticated invocations. Oh, I don't know what that means. Let me see what that means real quick. Allow unauthenticated invocations. You can allow unauthenticated invocations to a service by assigning a cloud run is what does that mean?
Lunch break! Lunch break!
Let's do what are unauthentic invocations. Let's just finish this up real quick. When a cloud run allows access without requiring authentication credentials, how to allow unauthenticated invocations. When creating a new cloud run, I'll say yes for now because we're going to tear it down right after. So let's see what happens. I'm going to tear it down right after. I just want to see what's going to happen after we have it set up. Let's see. What type of game do you want to build your car? Car says he wants to build a game next. Let's see. So just let's see if this actually gets built. Oh, something happened. We got so close. Let me see. Oh, we forgot the port. All right. No worries. Let's go to the same thing that happened last time. We forgot the port. Let me do the port real quick. Then we can wrap it up for today. What was it? -- port. And that should be 3000, I guess. I think that's what he did last time. 34. Let's see if that works. No. It's not ready. The user provided containers failed to start and listen on the port defined provided by port. Yada yada. This can happen when the container port is misconfigured. Maybe it should be. No, it's not 3000 here. I thought that would have worked. Failed to start and listen on port defined variable with the. This can happen when the container is misconfigured or the time out is too short. That's a pity. Port 3000. I did it on port 3000 for the API. It's exposing 3500. We have our env host is set to 0. Expose port. Let me try expose port. Let me see something in here. Main is starting on port 3000 over here. Should probably change this to the actual port over there instead of always saying 3000. But I started on that port over there. Let's say we say expose 4000. And we do 4000 over here. 34. Let's see. If that doesn't work, we'll just roll it over to next week. But we made a lot of progress. It says cannot listen. Is not ready. The provided container failed to start and listen on port defined provided by the port 4000 environment variable with the allocated amount of time. That is so weird. Let's go here real quick. Let's go here. might not have a start script or module set up in your package.json if you're using node.js. Pretty sure I have a start script. It is a React app. Oh well, I think we will leave it at that for today. But we're really, really close. We have our we probably should have started up so what we'll do next week, we'll start up the build locally before we continue with we'll start up the Docker container locally for the front end to see how that goes. And then we got some advice we have some advice. So I'm not gonna try to say it, but I'm gonna say SC says your health check is hitting even before the app is up. Oh, that might be it. It went through for the other one, but maybe we'll put some delay on the health check or something like that. But totally appreciate it. I'm gonna let me write this down in my notes so that next week when we continue on this, we can actually I'm gonna put a note right here. Health check, because it is happening pretty fast, so that does make sense. Is hitting before the app is up. Where do we configure the health check? Let me see. Gcloud run deploy health check time. Maybe that's what it is. So we're looking to that. Let me drop this into the container port time. So maybe I have to set some timeout seconds. That might be it. Let me drop that in my notes. So next week, once we get to this, we can actually try that, but appreciate it. SC. All right, we're gonna wrap it up for today. Let's go back to full screen. All right, so there we have it. We are super close to deploying the React portion of it. We're gonna continue with that next Sunday. On Thursday, we're gonna keep building up the app, and we're just making everything work together. You know how we do. You know how we do over here. And let me check the chat before we let's talk about this real quick, right? Let's talk about this real quick before we head out. So, final thoughts. Should I open the Tech Coach Ralph Discord? I have a poll going. Let me see how the poll is looking. We have 16 votes, which is unanimously that says, yes, let's get it. Nobody said hell to the no. We are tired of your. You know what? Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I appreciate you.
I was certain that Mitch was going to vote for the hell no, but he either did not vote or he said, let's get to the Discord. So I am thinking about it. I have one that's not like open. So probably work on opening that up, and what my thoughts were behind it. Like I was saying, different people who are in tech who might, whether it's cloud, whether it's QA, who might be let's say you're looking for an opportunity to work on a project with somebody else. You have maybe, you can find people in there to be able to do it, to put something together. Different options. If you need someone to you run into an issue. Let's say Telltale is trying to learn something in the cloud and he's not too familiar with AWS and he runs into an issue. Maybe he can drop a question in there and hopefully somebody would be able to answer and provide some insight and some feedback. Maybe we can do, different meetings, things like that. Things that I'm thinking about that it might be useful for. Not 100% sure yet, but right as of now, I am leaning towards doing that. Your car is a huge help and influence inside of the whole Discord stuff. Very, very knowledgeable. So we shall see. But those are my thoughts. We will probably be opening it up really soon. Trying to figure out.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
Gonna figure out the best way to do that, but we will keep you posted on how we roll all of that out. All right. But that is the final thoughts for the night. Let me check the chat as we head out of here. So yeah, your car says that he has figured it out, that I have road rage. I do not. I am the calmest driver in the world. I don't even like to honk the horn. You know, when people do stupid stuff on the road, I don't even honk the horn. I just give them a little wave. You know, if I mess up, I just give a little wave. You know, the wave makes everything better. When somebody cuts you, if you cut somebody off by mistake and they start going crazy, just give them. I remember one time I was driving to work, right? And I was driving like this terrible little car. And I'm going slow on the highway on 995. I'm in the right lane, just, cruising along. And this old lady just like zoomed past me and cut me off and stuff like that. And she gave me a 1-finger salute. And I just waved at her. I'm like, oh, have a great and lovely day. And hopefully that made her day miserable. But yeah, I have no road rage whatsoever, or at least I try not to. Mitch says, I appreciate all of you, your car, Rod Brown, Tech Coach Ralph. Just wanted y'all to know that. We appreciate you too, Mitch.
I appreciate you.
The chat would not be the chat without you, Mitch. So we highly, highly appreciate it, right? And Car says, I got you. He says the smile and then the wave. Oh, thank you. Just give him a little wave. You're just, my bad. I didn't mean to do that. And then, that fixes everything, Your car says that you're right. Says, I do it like Mr. Bean. Exactly. You know how we do. You know how we get down. All right. But that is it for today. Thank you guys so, so much for tuning in. I had an amazing time. We got so much done today. We finally got our API deployed. We got our front end Docker image built locally and on the cloud. But for some reason it's not starting. It might be because of what SC said about the health check. So we're gonna look into that next week, and we're gonna get into next week and add some more. We're gonna actually use it next week as well. Which is gonna be awesome. It would have been nice to have it by next Saturday, but it is what it is. We have it locally. We're making it work. You know how we do. All right. But as we wrap it up for today, the question that I have for you, as always, is:
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
I had an absolutely amazing time hanging out with you guys, talking about Amazon CEO, what he plans to do, talking about the drone, my update on learning how to fly the drone, and planning to open up the Tech Coach Ralph Discord. But you guys have to remember that yesterday's price is not today's price. And today's price is certainly not tomorrow's price, because
one more thing. Price of the brick going up.
The price of the brick is always going up. So on your way out, if you haven't done so already, do me a big favor, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time that we go live and drop new content. And that way you'll be able to know when the Tech Coach Ralph Discord is officially open, so that you can join. You can get into a group of tech people who are looking to level up and to grow, and that you can probably connect with to work on different projects, so that you can build experience. My recommendation is always build something that you can actually put out there that's going to add value to other people's lives, so that you can get that experience and you can get some useful feedback from everybody else. All right. With that being said, we are going to get out of here. Don't forget techcoachralph.dev as well, and sign up for free exclusive content over there. And I'm going to be going live sometime in November to update my resume to the latest information of stuff I've been working on. So that's it. That is it for today. This is Tech Coach Ralph. We are out.
Tech coach Ralph, tough as nails, no disguise. Pushing limits, yeah, he's that kind of guy. At first it's harsh, the rules feel like chains, but trust the process, there's sunshine in the rains. He cracks the whip, but it's all in love. Results shining bright like stars above. Tech coach Ralph, you light the way. Through sweat and tears, you help us play. With every lesson, we find our might. From morning grind to the stars at night. Days turn to weeks, skills sharp and fast. What once was a struggle now feels like a blast. Step by step, we rise and we glow. With Ralph in our corner, we're ready to show. Singing his praises, can't keep it inside. From hard ass to hero, he's our pride. Tech coach Ralph, you light the way. Through sweat and tears, you help us play. With every lesson, we find our might. From morning grind to the stars at night. So here's to Ralph, the coach we need in this game of growth. He plants the seed. So here's to Ralph, the coach we need in this game of growth. He plants the seed.
Yo, my boy Mitch, we don't always see eye to eye, but in the ring of life, he's my ride or die. Throwing shade with his threats, catch his hands and shouts. But trust me, it's love he's packing, not just about. We banter like kings, no one's backing down. Throwing punches, but it's all from the heart. In this crazy world, we're always a team. Best friends forever, with a shared dream. Mitch and me, man, we're living the theme. We chop up the data, make those numbers dance. Talking tech battles, man, we take our stance. Chicago PD, yeah, with a squad on the lane. Fighting like Ricky and Cal, bringing glory and pain. But win or lose, we're never apart. Throwing punches, but it's all from the heart. In this crazy world, we're always a team. Best friends forever, with a shared dream. Mitch and me, man, we're living the theme. So here's to us, a bond that won't fade. In the ring of the streets, we've got it made. Yeah, you always come around acting like you need a break. Let me hold something, like I ain't got my own stakes. Always playing victim, but the mirror's out of focus. I see through the games, man, your excuses are bogus. You wanna play the blame game? So let me school you quick. It's about to climb. While you running, I'm shining, man, I'm taking my time. World's got its struggles, but I'm paving my way. Quit the victim act, get up and slay. But check it, while I'm hustling and grinding every day, you sitting on the sidelines, wishing life would change. Talking about the world's against you, but look at your moves. No effort, no hustle, just waiting for my dues.
You ain't on my level, this is hard truth. So let me school you quick, it's about to climb. While you're whining, I'm shining, man, I'm taking my time. World's got its struggles, but I'm paving my way. Quit the victim act, get up and slay. You ain't on my level, this is hard truth. So let me school you quick, it's about to climb. While you're whining, I'm shining, man, I'm taking my time. World's got its struggles, but I'm paving my way. Quit the victim act, get up and slay. No more holds for you, my patience is thin. Keep your hands to yourself, time to let the real win.